All right, so what is up, YouTube? It's Mark Nice. I am here with Professor Vape, and he is trying to move beyond the lower silver range and get into the next tier of play. And he is trying to basically play more aggressive champs, uh, the carry games more often, um, bring himself up to that next level. He's battled with the idea of Elo Hell, and now he understands that it's time to improve. So, before we started recording this, Vape asked, what should I be starting on Fizz? And we were discussing that I think Fizz is like a great solo queue champ. Currently, this is now preseason, season 6. Your start with the Corrupting Potion is very good, in my opinion. This season, Snowball is very hard, and Corrupting Potion does allow you to make some like aggressive moves. Like if you pop it and then go in, it has a little bit more damage. I see you're taking Ignite. That's fine. I would just consider, and I know you're trying to play like aggro, and I know that the staple of this season is to play aggro. Consider teleport at lower elos, okay?
Okay.
Consider it because you'll be able to win these lanes without much assistance. Like you said, you were watching my gameplay in Cassid, and you see how often I win lanes with teleport, anyways. The thing you got to remember, like lower elo, there's going to be opportunities just everywhere around the map, and if you can maximize like your awareness of like seeing like it, people overextend all the time. There's counter opportunities because people overcommit to things. Fizz is probably one of the most mobile mids in the game, and you don't really need Ignite to kill people as Fizz, in my experience. Also, teleport allows you an easy bailout. Like say you get harassed out of lane or something,
Yeah.
you can go, well, I have like 400 gold, and a lot of what the Koreans do with the builds on Fizz is they used to, and I imagine it's not going to change. They would start Flask, and now we have our Flask replacement, right? Specifically, I'm thinking of Apto. He normally does like Flask into like a Doran's Blade, or even a Doran's Ring, Doran's Ring, or maybe even a double Doran's Ring sometimes, and he'll run teleport too. Basically saying that I don't really need Ignite, and I don't care if I buy these early game items because I'm Fizz and I'm gonna kill you anyways. So that's just something to think about off the initial. That said, Ignite's not like a terrible summoner or anything. It's not like you must go teleport. If I were on a silver account trying to climb, I would run teleport like every game, dude. Me personally. It's a preference thing. And also, you got to remember that the other thing that teleport does specifically for me, outside of the roam potential, it also puts me in the mindset that I need to be reliant on dodging harass and farming well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't put in the back of my mind like, oh, I can all in this guy, just shit on this guy, and then you go in and then you make a mistake. Instead, it's like, all right, I got to take the harass seriously. I got to take the lane seriously, because if I fuck up at all, he's going to ignite me, and I can't trade with that right at this moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened this game.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah, it's a very it's something to think about. Like I said, it's something to think about. You can also alternatively take like an exhaust for a lane like this, where you're scared of burst damage, all in type of thing. I think in general this is one of the most overpowered lanes right now in the game.
Yeah, he
probably god
stomped
tier
it
right
there.
now. Yeah, he's Brand's in a position right now with the masteries and the game itself. Remember that this game rewards snowballing. Season 6. I haven't really made any videos or any content talking about my thoughts on Season 6 or anything for the YouTube, but what it comes down to is Season 6 is just a snowball fest. It is literally which champions have the great early game and can make the other team want to quit. Unfortunately for champions, in my opinion, like Gangplank and Cassidon and any of those like ultra late game types, these types of champs outshine them currently. The types like Pantheon, like Brand, like Lee Sin. I do think Fizz falls into that because I think Fizz has a strong early, mid, late. I think that Fizz is one of the champs that basically, if you time a good E, it doesn't matter, because if you dodge the damage, you win the trade. So it works out. So here, this can be a tricky lane. So we're gonna just kind of chill for a second. You in the way that you should approach lanes where you feel that you can get harassed is you should obviously, like you've done here, you dodge the first pillar, right? Mm-hmm. You should be planning, like, mentally, remind yourself in lanes like these that you need to be prepared to use your E defensively to farm, basically. Okay. This holds true for Brand. Also, like, Lux is another one that you'll get bullied a lot. That's just one that comes to mind. Basically, they both throw that AoE circle on you, and you have to sometimes, you have to respect it, and you have to still farm. Yeah. And you can use the E not only to survive the damage, but to, like, last hit minions and stuff. You're going to take poke. That's why we start the flask. And that's the other reason why I consider teleport a lot. Because most of the time, if the other guy takes ignite, managing your E's and your potion, I guess we're calling this thing a potion now. I'm just going to call it a flask for this lesson. But if you manage your flask right, with the teleport, you'd be able to just, once you get too low, you go back and then reset with the Doran's Ring, and then you're good. This guy can't beat you. He can't push you out twice is basically the logic, or he shouldn't be able to. Brand is pretty fucking good, so, for all intents and purposes, he might push you out twice anyways, because he's fucking...
He did.
He's OP, man. He's a strong mid lane right now. So, anyways, that's what I want you to be thinking about in lanes like these, is be prepared to use that E. There, I don't like that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to use it because there's 2 minions.
Yeah,
so I did it a little too early.
Yeah, you have a big window. I mean, that skill shot doesn't hit for a minute, so don't you definitely don't want to waste it. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's gonna push you around early, and you're gonna eat a couple of those eventually. It's just best that you try your best to avoid it. So here, level 2.
Yeah, I was thinking if he stepped up a little bit closer, I would engage on him, but he didn't, so I just stayed back.
Yeah, I would expect a lot of the time to... you're basically conceding. I don't really see you being able to get on this guy too often and kill him. You have a Kindred jungle. That's another OP right now, in my opinion, on the other team. But you're doing a good job. I mean, he's not really up your ass as much as I think he should be, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, this is a little scary.
Yeah, I just walked down. I don't walk straight down.
Okay.
It was easy.
Yeah, that one. The only if the unfortunate instance comes, if he hits like a full combo on you and stuns you, first Kindred, you're dead. So, he's harassing you a little bit, but this is all manageable. You've got 2 charges left on the potion, and I don't see you doing anything really wacky. It looks like you're playing patient. Farm-wise, you're doing fine. Let's see, you have W. Doing as best you can. That's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
It only takes a couple of those and you're shit out of luck. You do have a level advantage over him, and I'm not quite sure how you already have XP over him. Maybe he missed one somewhere? I don't know. It's very strange. So, Tryndamere comes in, puts some damage on.
I couldn't really follow up.
No, absolutely. No, you're fine. That was the right thing to do there, I think. And Tryndamere's staying around. This is a really annoying Tryndamere.
Yeah.
Basically, I would be... Yeah, he's basically setting you up here. What you should be doing, if you're in this spot, ping him away. Just get him out. Because, like, there's a chance that maybe you burn this guy's flash or something somehow. But I don't like how low you are. Yeah. And you're basically playing a game... It's a super risky... Like, Brand is just one of those champs that's like... If you ever go in on him, you're going to take damage probably in more ways than you're expecting. That's kind of how I feel with Brand. It's like if you go in, it's going to hurt you too.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but I remember watching one of your old videos that don't argue with Zeus. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, he has red, might be able to put some more damage on him.
Yeah, I mean, if he... Okay, let me break it down like this then. So, Tryndamere comes out. He has level 4. He floats around, and then he comes in. When he throws the W out like that, if he slowed Brand, I would be like, you could try something here. But he doesn't hit the CC. So as soon as... Remember with ganks, as soon as someone misses their CC, no matter what it is. So in the instance of Tryndamere, it's obviously the W, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know that he wasn't slowed, right? You can tell. If he was slowed, you might be able to make an all-in attempt here. If he was slowed. Just walk up, try to hit him with the gap close, the Q, and then you could follow his flash with your E or whatever, and maybe you could get him really fucking low under turret. Like right here on the edge of the turret line. Maybe. But he didn't slow him, right? So there's a huge risk here. If Tryndamere lands the slow, you and Tryndamere can blow this guy up, or at least make him burn flash. That's what I would try to do. I would basically just dash in and try to get him to burn flash and expect to E backwards, actually.
I saw he had, no mana as well, too.
No, it's a good window if he hits the slow. But this is the problem, is if you don't hit the CC, the fights extend too long, and then you get counter-ganked. So basically what happens is the counter-gank comes out, Brand gets way too much space because he's not slowed, and now you're in this weird, triangular position where it's like they can both come down onto you, and you're going to have to take damage to get out.
Yeah.
So he gives you a little damage. What is he? What the?
I know.
Fuck?
I was thinking about turning on him.
Jesus Christ, dude. So yeah, that Kindred is out of line.
I took that, and then that was it. He ignited me, and I was dead.
So let's back up to the weird dive, the Kindred dive.
I think it kind of
sort of
baited me
dive.
because she took 2 tower hits. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, you could have made a quick turn with your ignite and flash and probably killed him. But it was a weird. I mean, it's one of those moments where it's like, are my opponents stupid? You don't really want to assume that they're stupid. In this spot, mechanically you could have just turned it and probably killed him before he could react. Because if you flash QW ignite,
it would have been.
He's dead there.
That's what I was thinking.
But yeah, it was just a little slow in the reaction. After that, I mean, it was weird. It was really weird. He gets out. Tryndamere could, in theory, kill him, by the way. I want you to notice. He could have E'd forward.
He did nothing.
He could have E'd forward and followed up. But I mean, these guys are all shitters, right? We're trying to get past these people. I just wanted to point out that, if he had his spin and uses the flash as a follow-up, he would have got the double buffs there, and then you probably could have killed this Brand because you have flash and ignite. But here, God, he really could have. But either way, he tries to slow Brand again. He fails to slow. At this stage, if your E is up, you should feel pretty safe. But I think it might have been up, and maybe you didn't use it in time. Oh, I see. It was just coming up. So basically, that's what it comes down to in the spot. If you have your E, you are pretty much fine to maybe try to last hit. But to be honest, I think your best bet would have been to just back, because it's just so risky. It's so risky. And again, argument for teleport, because you could have just backed and came forward with a Doran's Ring. I think you had enough farm too. You're farming pretty well, man. I mean, you're not, a lot of people at this elo would be facing a Brand and wouldn't be farming well. So that's something that you're doing good, in my opinion. So don't underestimate the value of backing away and resetting. In this particular spot when the Kindred went weird, the way that the minions were set, you had a window right now. If you wanted to just back, you would have been fine to back, and you would have hit the next wave in time, because you have this wave coming to buy you time here. See what I'm saying? The wave would have met this front melee minion would have met here, and then you would have been able to come back. Okay, it sucks getting pushed out of lane, but this guy just burned flash randomly, so it's a trade. It's not the best. You could have, in theory, came up and cleaned him up. But if you did flash forward, Brand probably would have flashed forward and killed you as a response
Killed
to.
me as well, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, you could back there and be happy. Tryndamere very easily could have killed this guy, but what can you do? You know, this is the elo that you're at. These are the people that you're going to get. You know, it is what it is. So, unfortunately, you get picked off. Brand does 1,000,000 damage early. Like I said, notice where the minions are right now. Had you backed, you see what I mean? You had a nice time frame to get back into position here. He can't push it that fast.
I usually do back when it's a cannon minion.
Yeah, I know. That was a weird spacing. Try to think about, like, when you're low, don't hesitate on backing.
Okay.
Just try to do it as fast as possible, because in that, like I said, as soon as he burned the flash, I was thinking, like, I would have probably backed there. Because it's risky, you know what I mean? If the Tryndamere clears up the Kindred, then cool. But for me, I would have saw that guy flash and been like, yeah, he just wasted flash. I'm going to get out of the way and come back with Doran's Ring. And just fight. Basically live to fight another day is my logic. Let me look at your... I'm trying to make sure I do this right. Here it is. Forward. Oh, okay. You're back in the lane. So you go for Codex.
Yeah, I went for the Codex.
Okay. You can do that if you want. I would.
Like I should have gotten 2 Dorans. I think that would have been better.
I think Dorans are just good in general. You have, you obviously have the extra health, the mana regen, and the mana from killing units is really nice. And it allows you at level 6, like this guy doesn't have Ignite now. We saw him use it. It shows it up on his thing here, but we can see it on the side. Yeah. What I would be thinking is I'd be like, okay, he killed me, whatever. I'm going to get double Dorans, and then once I spike 6, I'm going to try to land an all-in while I have all of my summoners. Because you do have all of yours, and he doesn't have any of his.
I fucked up as well.
You tried to all-in him?
Yeah, I tried to all-in him thinking I was going to hit 6, and I didn't. So...
Okay, we'll see it when we get to it. Because you can definitely full combo Brand once you have your Fiendish Codex gives you a little weaker stats, like for the all in. The less health kind of sucks. So let's look at this. Okay, getting close. So this is it, huh?
Yeah, and I thought I was gonna hit 6, but I didn't. Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at this. So you just mistimed it.
Yeah, I did.
Did you think you were gonna hit 6 off of the
minion dying? Yeah.
Oh, okay. You'll get better at it. I like the idea. If you truly were trying to wait for 6 and you didn't just like derp out and try to go in before 6, then that's fine. You'll learn. You only learn by taking risks, and I like seeing, in my opinion, taking a risk and failing is so much better than some passive like grapefruit guy just being like, well, I got pushed around by Brand and I never tried anything. So I think that's good. I think to make this cleaner, I think the double Dorans would have been really good. I think, like I said, these guys are going to make mistakes left and right. And you obviously made the mistake of getting too close with your E on cooldown. But you can still, once you have double Dorans and you time your ult and go in at a smart time, you'll definitely balance it back out. It's Brand. You're going to trade. You're an assassin. He's just like, he's basically glass cannon running around. So you do counter him in like every sense of the word when you have items. The downside is if you do this, now that you've done this twice, this is silver, so, it is what it is. He's not necessarily going to like run the game over or anything. But he can. Yeah. So if you mess up twice in a row, as Fizz, you're gonna be hurting because he might go ahead and just start building like magic resist or something, or he might just build well enough or just enough health to survive your next all-in attempt.
Yeah, that's what he did. He bit Rylai's first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he was able to kite me too.
Yeah, that's the dangerous part. And it kind of goes with any of the lanes. If you take Ignite and you're playing like bursty assassins or bursty mages or whatever, you can kind of go back and forth. In the instance of Brand, I think that he was playing a little too close to you, because if you did turn 6, you would have killed him 100%. He didn't have flash or anything.
Yeah.
But this is my point, is like you execute that all in when you come back, you balance out the lane. Unfortunately here, in this game, you're not able to do that. Not saying that this ends the game or anything, but it definitely makes laning versus him in particular a lot harder.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, because he's gonna have just enough now to really start causing problems for you. And he goes Doran's Ring, double Doran's Ring. So I don't know. I seriously don't understand why he goes double Doran's from at this stage. It seems a little weird, but it's good to survive. You're all in, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, what the hell is this? So that guy just suicides.
Yeah, I saw that she wasn't 6, so it was an easy kill.
And you have flash, so really stupid. Well, that was good. That lets you back into the game. If you wanted to dive this guy with Tryndamere, I would be hesitant to do it. But if he, if you wanted to ping him and risk it and try to provoke your Tryndamere into going in there, you could follow up with your ult and kill him there every time.
I don't think I did though. Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, yeah, it's an option. Like, you could have, as soon as, if I were in your shoes, and this is more of a my elo, not your elo type of thing, but I would have been pinging the shit out of him here. As soon as the kill was gone, I would have just been ping, 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 ping on him, and then try to provoke, like I said, provoke the Tryndamere into diving.
Yeah.
Because you can remove Brand's ult with E.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the minute that he throws because he would respond by throwing the ult on the Tryndamere probably.
Yeah.
And so you would ult Brand, Tryndamere would dive in, Brand's going to ult one of you. All you have to do is E and then follow up Brand, because Brand doesn't have a flash, and we know that. And as long as you get Tryndamere to go in and lead the turret, like tank the turret, that's a freebie. But it's just something to think about. Like, I want you to see this image and think, I could use this guy. If I spam ping, I might be able to make him dive, because it is the right dive.
Yeah.
If I saw the situation like 9 times out of 10, I would be like, yeah, we should dive him. And I would risk, failing or mistiming my E rather than let him walk out here, because I think he's just so exposed. He's just so, like, dead. But you guys both kind of back away from him, which, I don't think either one of you had, like, the confidence to know that you could very easily kill him there.
Yeah.
But it is risky. It is risky. Because if you do go in and then, like, Tryndamere, like, misses his ult or something, which can happen, you would be looking stupid, and Brand would just double kill you.
Yeah.
So, what I would be thinking here is, I can't all in this guy without help. Or maybe, you do quite a bit of damage, though. I will give you that. Let's go over some ways to make this a lot cleaner, though. He is very, very close to you. I'll show you. Right here.
There.
He's pretty close. You don't have to necessarily, like, lead with your ult. Yeah, you could just Q at him. Or you could just Q a minion if you want to make it real easy to hit your fish. Because you can get, this is on like a 9-second cooldown. It's a pretty short cooldown. But what I'm saying is, like, you Q to a minion, you can hit the fish, or you can Q to him and hit it. I don't know if you've done that before. Try it sometime in like, bot games. I'm not insulting your intelligence. I'm just saying, like, it's an interesting combo. But basically, you can be very elusive with your ult, because as soon as you dash in and mid dash, you can throw it out.
Okay.
So it's very, very hard to see it coming. These guys won't see it coming, and it's not as predictable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just looks like you're freaking out and, like, dashing to a minion. But if you dash in, throw your ult on him, and then E at a good time, it is a risky all-in. But I think if you hit the fish, there's a chance that you could pull it off.
Yeah.
But I would be a little scared to go in without Ignite, at least. I would probably wait till Ignite, before trying to make a play here or wait for a gank. You know, because I'm scared that if I go in and I'm wrong, you know, I'm sure he has Ignite up before me in the spot. And if I'm wrong and I mistime my E, I'm literally just going to explode, and then this wave is going to be shoved to turret, and then Brand is now like fucking 3-0 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it's possible for you to kill him here, maybe, but I don't like going for this very often. And yeah, you're gonna eat a lot of damage off of that. And that's the other thing too. It sucks if you're wrong because you just get chunked. And then you don't have any threat when the gank does show up.
You just got away with like nothing.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Then he followed and I was dead.
I don't know if I would be roaming there though. I think in this particular game, I think you're trying to do a little too much.
Okay.
Just like the ult attempt onto Brand. Like if you wanted to roam, like imagine if you had your ult here when you roamed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think you're thinking about like the cooldowns. Like once you've thrown this ult and you've missed it, I really think you should be dialing it back because
Just
you don't have because you don't have the ignite, you don't have the ult. The thing about assassins, Fizz in general, is he really does operate off whether or not he has his ult up, if he can do anything until he gets to like stupid Fizz level where he's like hyper fed.
Okay.
And you know you have like 40% CDR or whatever. Just be careful. Like once you know you tried your little all-in attempt here, it didn't work out. You should be thinking in your mind, okay, I tried this, it didn't hit. That's all right. I'm just gonna dial it back and chill for a minute. Because if you roam from here without your ult, you're gonna get in these spots where you burn your flash, and you're basically what you're doing is you're creating a situation where you are basically staggering your cooldowns over and over again. Now your flash will be on cooldown, your ult will be up, and then ignite will be up. So now if you do manage to all in this guy, you might not be able to escape because you don't have flash. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a never-ending cycle that you're putting yourself in of I'm missing a cooldown, which is why I think sometimes, especially when you're on the back end, or like you're kind of getting beat, sometimes I think it's better to just wait until you have everything up because you're trying to come in with a strong once you're trying to come back, you're coming back with like flash, ignite, ult. Like that's what you want to have when you go for a big play.
Yeah.
Because the biggest mistake that a lot of guys make is they just, you know, like in this game here, you're stacking all these different cooldowns up. If you had ignite there or your ult there, that guy's gone.
Yeah.
And there's no survival there. You know, Brand wouldn't be able to counter. Heck, you might even be able to kill Brand if you had killed the Jinx fast. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The turnaround. The fucking Jinx rocket too.
Yeah, he just got super huge and the game was over. But they were making mistakes a little later on in the game.
Yes.
And my team was just my team already gave up, but I'm like, there's a possibility that we can do it.
Yeah, oh definitely. I always think with Fizz there's a possibility. I agree with you on that. Well, you know that he probably doesn't have Ignite, but he is 2 levels ahead of you, so it's a little sketch whether or not you can actually kill him.
And yeah, just hit me with everything.
If you're in this position in the future, if you want to try to hit him when he comes forward, it might be a good attempt to throw the ult on him and back him down.
Yeah.
Just trying to like throw him, you know, throw the ult on him, EM, smack him with the W, and then Q back towards your turret, and that'll push him low enough where he's probably gonna have to get out.
Okay.
Because you don't want to just get raped under your turret, and he's so ahead now that like if you're even near your turret, and you don't have a cooldown, he's just gonna light you up. That skin is so funny, dude.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Let's look at your items here. Looks like you're building what? Athenes?
Yeah, for the cooldown and magic resist.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Athenes, and then what? You're gonna go like lucidity or something?
I think I went, yeah, with lucidity.
Consider doing what's it called?
Abyssal?
No, no. Your build's fine. The CDR runes per level.
Yeah, I went magic resist.
Oh yeah, magic resist.
Because it was brand.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's just something to think about. Yes, you're gonna risk getting blown up even more, but it's just something like once you're able to manage this lane without like failing too hard, it's something to think about because I mean you'll get better at this. Obviously, what have our mistakes been so far? Like used our E at a bad time.
Staggering cooldowns.
The stacking the cooldowns, yeah, to the point of where like you'll have ignite up, but you won't have your ult up. You'll have an ult up, but you won't have a flash up. You'll have this up, but you won't have that up. Yeah. Basically trying to roam when you don't have those things in place. But like you'll get to a point where you're timing the aggression smartly. Obviously, dying in the lane early was a big no-no.
Yeah.
And we can fix that. I mean, like you said, you kind of got baited in by the Kindred a little bit positionally. Let's see this. I want to see this.
Even though I was 2 levels lower, I got him really low. And then if I just had help from the jungle, it would have been easier. And then yeah, that was it. I couldn't get close enough.
So this is where exactly. This is the stage, right?
Yeah.
This is basically what can happen. If you die, I mean, he shouldn't already have Rylai's. He has 5 kills before he fights you. But, he does. And that's one of the downsides of Fizz, essentially, is that if you do mess up too many times, you're going to be in this position where you can't kill him. And now you're kind of stuck in a shitty spot. I'm not saying you can't pick up kills elsewhere. You can't get, like, lucky cleanups or whatever. This is also the argument for, like, double Dorans.
Yeah.
Because Dorans is going to give you a little bit more AP, a little bit more health. And, you're all in. You can see, like you were just saying, you hit that fish with the ignite on Brand, he's gone.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to survive that. So I think like you missed an opportunity, but it's okay because it's gonna happen versus that. Like I said, that lane is brutal. It's brutal for people trying to play assassins at your level, trying to play assassins. Like I said, I think at the start of this you farmed very well. Unfortunately, I think you got into that like I gotta make a play syndrome. Where you weren't thinking about where you weren't thinking about your cooldowns and you were trying to sort of like hop into it as fast as you could. I want you to feel that sense of urgency, like, yes, I need to make a play, but I also don't want you to do it at the expense of like cooldowns, and I don't want you to do it at the expense of losing farm.
Yeah.
I want you to try to balance that and understand that like you have windows of time. You don't have to rush it. It'll be there. It's always going to be there. Like you will always have an opportunity versus specifically Brand. I think that matchup, like you will have a time where you have your ult and your ignite and he had like 1 kill in the past of this replay. And it's like, there will be a point where you have the ignite and the ult and you will be able to kill him. So just relax, try to mitigate as much damage as possible because once that time comes, you want to make sure that you can't really retaliate. But if you do get, and the downside about playing Fizz is he's obviously melee caster.
Yeah.
And Brand is going to try to poke you down. If Brand gets you too low, you're all in. You can't all in him because if you go in, it's basically a suicide. So the game within the game, the meta of this matchup becomes, I need to try to not take as much poke as possible so that when I have that all in ready, it's going to be clean is the end goal. And in this particular replay, you fell behind then fell a little bit more behind with stacking the cooldowns up. So now that we've gotten out of the lane phase, I think let's see what else happens in this particular game. If anything exciting. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He's like dropping nukes on you over and over again. I would flash for this, like.
Oh.
Yeah, it should have.
Yeah,
it should have been real
and
fucking quick.
I missed it. He flashed the fish.
Let's look at execution of this. We'll talk about it for a second. So the brand's giving you a window, by the way. Bard's trying. You're fine to focus on the farm here. Bard's getting crazy. I think you're fine to just focus on getting that down. Now, this is an opportunity. You could flash Q here.
I should have done it right here.
Flash Q. He's gonna flash, follow up with the fish, and try to all in with ignite through the Shen ult. Hopefully burning through the Shen ult. That's your goal. It's gonna be hard, but that's your plan. I mean, you don't know the Shen ult's coming, but I figure that as soon as you flash Q, W onto him, you're gonna throw the fish after him. You don't have ignite, but you're gonna throw the fish after him and try to hit him with the E and see if you can't knock him down here. But you lead with the fish, or you lead with the flash and the fish. There would have been a great time to Q.
Yeah.
Q first. Close that space. Do the extra gap close. I want you to really think about, like, look at this spot. You flash from here, you can see it.
Yeah.
Right? You flash from here to here. Q, you're in range, I'm positive. I can't see the range, but I know you're in range. And you might have queued towards him while he flashed, and then you could follow up with the ult. I want you to get in your mind that in order to secure the ult smoothly, because, and remember the build that I'm telling you to run. Remember, I'm saying, you're going to be going for the flash, you're going to be going Dorans or double Dorans, and you're going to be looking to all in. You have to hit the fish. So it's imperative that you do the combo in a way that gets it most of the time. And what I would be thinking is, if I was playing Fizz in your shoes when you were taking off from here, I'd be saying to myself, okay, he's really fucking low. Here's my chance. Flash forward, Q. The reason that we're doing it this way is because we want to see what summoners he has, if he has any. That's why we're leading that way. Okay. We don't want to lead with the ult because it gives him an opportunity to flash it. If we just jump on his head, give him a second to flash, then follow it up with the ult, that will allow us to close even more space. But once you've missed the fish like that, it's no dice. And I do think you could have killed him if you hit it.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. It's close.
Did I have ignite?
Yeah, I don't think you did. It was close. It's close. I'm not positive. But the Q and the W, like, when you flash QW onto him and then throw the fish at him, when he flashes away, you probably get him a lot of the time there. But yeah, this sucks.
Yeah. And then he took a turret and I thought.
It was a good try. This is another argument for the double Dorans. Just because you would have had a little bit more mana regen.
Yeah.
We're going to try to fast forward through this a little bit. Oh, you get a shutdown. Or like a mini shutdown, I guess. Brand's like...
He's huge.
Fighting the world. It's just fighting the entire planet, dude. This is just painful for you guys. Oh my god, you throw the fish. I gotta see this again.
I was trying to bait him to come in and taunt and then hit the fish.
Yeah. You didn't see him whiff the taunt over the wall. Always put it in front of them.
Further ahead?
Yeah, in front of them.
Okay.
Make them catch it.
All right.
It's an experience thing with Fizz. Basically, anytime you're trying to ult somebody, put it like ahead of them a little bit.
Okay.
Lead it a little bit because they basically have to catch it. Otherwise, you get those weird moments like this one. Basically, what I'm saying is, if he stood there, yes, he would have gotten hit. But if he backs away, you could still get him hit.
Yeah.
If you put it behind him, there's like nowhere in this vicinity that he can stand without getting hit. That's what I'm getting at, basically. Did you buy Adorns?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, this is a this game's looking like it might be a lost cause. I mean, in the rough part is you're facing a Shen, so anytime you're facing a Shen, you're facing a fucking Kindred.
Yeah, so any all-in attempt.
Yeah, the all-ins basically get fucked up.
Yeah.
The only person that you could kill is maybe Jinx. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've gone on enough with this replay. I don't know how long we've been talking for. Let me check. Because I want to make sure. Okay, so we've got time to look over some stuff real quick on a different one. I'm going to boot up another one right quick. But yeah, I think overall that game just comes down to trying to do too much too fast when you fell behind.
Mm-hmm.
You will definitely fix that over time. And sorry about not having a. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Which gameplay would you want here?
You do how about the support one?
This one?
Yeah, the Blitz grind.
Okay. Yeah, we can go over that.
Because I don't support often, but you have to play every role.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. Let me switch over. Hopefully it loads. It should load. Perfect. I can see myself. There we go. God damn it. Sorry, I'm setting up my recording to make sure it goes through. There we go. All right, so yeah, what runes are you running for this?
This one I just ran straight tank, so
Tank's fine.
Yeah.
Masteries, you're running. Oh, by the way, for Fizz, you're running like Thunderlords on Fizz.
I think it was. That's cunning, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That looked good. That looked right to me. The damage is gross on Thunderlords right now, so I agree with that. That's good. So you should be pretty excited about this lane. It's Brand. I think it's like Brand and Lucian, or no?
Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah, it is. Brand and Lucian. You should be.
I was super excited.
Yeah, this should be a pretty easy one to deal with. I mean, yes, Brand can poke you down, but if you pull Brand, you win, basically.
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
But I'm going to watch you closely and see if you make any mistakes here. So you try to make the pull, whatever, it doesn't work out.
Minions.
Okay, that's good. So you get the flash right away.
Yeah.
What I would be thinking with this is that timing. Let's go into details about this. So the timing of which you hit that means that Lucian cannot back.
Yeah.
You can't back. So the way you should be approaching this lane is you want to grab him as much as possible because you know that he just burned his flash, so you want to go for him right away.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, I don't like to go for 80 carries in lane, especially like super mobile ones, but he's going to basically be whittled down. He's already about half HP. He's going to have to burn. He
starts Q.
He starts Q. Then if he starts Q, then yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying go absolutely nuts and like be stupid about it, but we can maybe find some spots here before the end of the lesson where you can go for it. Whoa.
Oh,
Zach
wait, no,
support?
Zach. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's stupid. But okay. This is good zone. I wouldn't even be trying to pull. I would literally just be being annoying at the start of this. In this particular instance here, don't be afraid to step in front of them. You have biscuits to work with. The reason why I want you to do this, and I want you to encourage them to smack at you a couple of times and, maybe burn a biscuit or two here, as basically I want Vayne getting the free farm to level 2.
Yeah.
And then I want you looking to all in this guy at level 2, like, immediately.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, okay.
But I just didn't want to take too much harass. That's why.
No, I understand. The only reason I'm saying play it like that is because I want them getting complacent It's more of a psychology thing. You get in their face, get them to burn a couple autos on you, get them complacent, get them not thinking about this. There's a lot of psychology in this type of stuff.
Okay.
Lower elo. It's just lower elo mind games. Blitzcrank's mind game king. Okay, the key thing to remember about Blitzcrank is that you are always a threat, and the people that you're facing, you want to make them feel like you're just like 10 steps ahead of them. That's your goal. Okay. So, in the instance here, your positioning, I don't think reflects that you're like super excited about level 2. See this?
Yeah.
I don't like that. 9th minion, remember. So bot lane is 9th minion. Solo lane's obviously the 7th minion, right? Bot lane's 9th minion. 9th minion, you should be fucking... Let me show you... So right here is why I want you kind of in their grill a little bit more. Okay. I want you near them, and I want you just kind of, auto-in this minion, auto-in that minion, walking at them a little bit, just creating a little bit of... Creating a story. It's kind of like a poker player. Poker players tell convincing stories with how they play their hands, right?
Yeah.
You are basically putting into their minds that like you always are in the minions. You are always messing around in the wave like this. And once you hit level 2, you just turn it on. As opposed to just sitting in the back and being like, okay, I'm level 2, I'm going to try to sprint up here and go for a hook. You're literally like in the wave. As soon as you turn level 2, you walk up with the knock up and knock up Zac, knock up Lucian, knock up one of them and then pull Lucian. I want you thinking ahead here because this spot, and I know in this particular game is a win, and win, loss, whatever, we can get something out of this.
Yeah.
I want you thinking like this guy doesn't have a flash, and in a vacuum, if my ADC is not a grapefruit and I play this the right way, we should win it.
Yeah.
And I want you going for it because it doesn't matter what role you are at lower elo, you need to be playing like you're way better than everybody. You need to have a huge confidence in lower elo. Yeah. You need to play like, not only am I going to win this game, I'm going to win this game and dominate this game. Every, like, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, like, all the way up until you start getting towards diamond range, your games should be a reflection of, like, I am better than these people. Because they are all, you've seen my stream. These people are all going to tilt. You hit one good grab on this guy, and like ruin the lane for him. He'll be sitting just like the people I play with. He'll be sitting in the base, fucking spamming surrender and all that bullshit that they do. But if you're not positioned ready for the level 2 in the future, like you should be thinking like way in advance. You should be like, this is 9th minion, and he doesn't have flash. I'm not saying that you have to go for that crazy level 2 bullshit always, but this particular flashless guy, you have to go for it, or you're missing value of what you guys created up here. Also, Lucian, what does he have, like 2 biscuits or something like that? Yeah, he has 1 left. I can't even fucking tell because it's like the... Yeah, but anyways, I want you to see, like, when you turn level 2 here, how far back you are.
Yeah.
There's nothing here for you. Too far away. And now you're walking all the way up, you see? You have to close all that space where you could have been right here. And they would have been autoing you. Could have popped a biscuit and been like, great. Now, you do hit the hook anyways, which is sweet. I'm down with that. Don't know if I would have ignited right away. I would have just tried to poke him down there. Because you already know, first off, it's Vayne. She doesn't really have some sort of, like, wild all-in there. This is not a Tristana. This isn't a Draven. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I need you thinking outside of the box with spots like that. Because I want more out of the ignite there. So in the instance, like, yes, the ignite, like, gets him really fucking low or whatever. But I really want him burning heal first. That's what I really want happening. So you pull him once, he doesn't take the bait and burn his heal, whatever. Then the next time you can go for the ignite with Vayne, because you should be able to do enough damage. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Generally want to go for ignite when it's going to be a kill. And the other thing is, that ignite can serve you really, really well if like a jungler comes or something and they overcommit and you get people low. I don't want it on cooldown. But again, I think it's a good pull. Because, you get max range, I think it is here.
Yeah.
Which is pretty dope. And, the ignite does serve to kind of push him out of lane a little bit. You get him low here. If I were in your position, I have flash. I'd probably look for flash grab, to be honest. Once this wave hits, I would look for a flash grab. Because he doesn't have any way to block it.
Yeah.
He has heal. So the minions hit the turret. Obviously, flash grab isn't a possibility here.
Yeah.
It might be. It might be soon. Like, for example, this is where I want you considering it. He doesn't have his flash, so these angles where you can just kind of play in the minions here, when you, like, potentially, if he steps into this range, don't be afraid to go for flash grab here. See what I'm saying? Like, flash down and grab him here. I want, like, again, mind games. Plus, if you kill him here, it's huge. And I want you to try to go for it. Because Vayne's going to spike level 3 soon. And definitely, if not right now, I want you at least, if you're in this position in the future, I want you thinking, he doesn't have flash, I have flash. Like, the other thing is Zach's support. I'm only telling you to do this in this particular game because Zach isn't going to be able to do much to help.
Yeah.
This is dumb support, and we got to exploit it. He brought this shitter support into our lane. Like, fuck this guy. We gotta get as much out of this as we can. Otherwise, we're missing an opportunity. If it was like, Morgana, I wouldn't be like, dude, I would never tell you to go for like a flash with like a Morgana spell shield or something. I'm being specific in that this lane is exploitable, and if we don't try at every moment to take advantage of it, we're missing opportunities. Now, this Lucian, I'm going to assume has taken a point in E. Obviously,
yeah, that's what I thought too.
Obviously he did not.
Yeah.
Which is fucking incredibly stupid. But I would not go for flash grab often because in this case, if I flash and he dashes away, I look like a fucking idiot, and now I don't have flash. So instead, just do what you're doing, which is just, going for this max range. You made a mistake there. Don't go for it until the minions are pushing.
Okay.
I want you to pay attention. You're going to see it now that we're going over it. These spots, wait until the minions come up. You can basically get a free heal. I mean, I would even take Zach at this point. I would take Zach.
He has a passive.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. No, I don't give a fuck. Just don't pull him out of, or don't pull him into turret range or anything like that. Okay. I'm saying pull him to this wall. Like, if you move up here, pull him to this wall, your Vayne might be good and could just tumble condemn here. He's gone. Okay. Even with the passive, he's gone. But you want the grab after the minions are coming towards turret, so you can set up with the minions. And you could just, there's value too in not even hooking. You could stand right here on this spot. You just fucking stand there and stare at them. And that's going to make them miss so much CS, dude. You could seriously go here and press your stop key and just watch them freak the fuck out. I'm not even kidding. Because, like, they can't, you know what I mean? They can't know what you're thinking, and it becomes very hard for them to farm with you just sitting like that, right at the spot. Okay. But if you throw the grab out, that basically gives Lucian, like, oh, I'm safe. And now he's going to feel really comfortable getting all this farm. That's not what we want. Remember, when we play champs, any sort of champs, Morgana, Blitzcrank, Thresh, any champs that rely on big skill shots, like, you need to play, like, mad mind games. So these are why I'm giving you, like, the level 2 shit. These are things that, if you're playing with high elo guys that run those champs, they're going to be thinking. They're going to be thinking, all right, we're turning level 2, I'm going to set up in the wave, and we're going to try to fuck them right now. If, minions are hitting the turret, I'm just going to sit right here. Not going to hook until either I'm absolutely sure I'm going to hit something, or I'm just going to hold the hook and just let them just spaz out because they don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. Okay. I'm really trying to drill home that concept with you because I think it's very important when you're playing Blitzcrank. You have to be, when you go into the game as Blitz, you need to be like, I'm going to just carry this game off of being, or having more swag than everybody else, is basically what it comes down to. You're going to be like, you know what? At the start of this game to the end, I knew what everybody was thinking. He's a soul read champ.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, your grab's on cooldown, so you see you're doing a lot of just walking around. That's why I don't want you to grab when that huge wave's coming in.
Okay.
Because now you're just kind of like, and they know. I mean, they know it's a long cooldown. You know what I mean? Everybody knows. Same concept here. Wave's going to push. Vayne is getting that guy super low. Flash grab's an option here, if you wanted. You flash and grab here. Notice, the reason I'm telling you to do it, there's 2 people stacked. You're going to hit one of the fuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You flash, throw it into this direction. It could be anywhere in here. You're probably going to grab someone, and that's probably a kill. I want you thinking about, in the future, this type of situation, because you have the added possibility of not only you're probably going to definitely get somebody, but there's a chance you just get 2 flashes flat out. Or a flash and a heal. You know, you just get a bunch of shit by flashing there because of how low they are. But now that we're going over the replay, you see how many times that I'm like...
Yeah, I could have done something.
Yeah, I could have been like... You know, we could have flashed here and did some... And grabbed the game by the balls. This is because of the elo you're at. You understand?
Yeah. These
spots are very, very rare at higher elo. Where you're going to see 2... Goombas running around with fucking 30% HP or whatever. But I want you identifying with me in the future, like, I should just fucking go in on these guys. I shouldn't let them just exist down here. The other thing, build up, like, talk yourself into spots like that. Like we have, you know, they're super low. They're stacked on each other. So the stack means somebody's going to get caught. I can't miss them both, you know? Yeah. And, the other thing is, like, you have the level. You have the level advantage. You have the HP lead. You have the mana lead. You have a shitty support down here. These are all reasons why if you don't try to take that spot, just picture me, like, over your shoulder, like, shitter, you know? Just just picture me over your shoulder, like, fucking shitter, what are you doing? Get in there. And you know, it's okay to go for that. And let's say you go for the flash and you throw your fucking hook off into the trees somewhere. And you just tee off and just go over here and like hook the fucking branches. That's all right. Because I want, just like the game where I said, I want you making the attempt even if it's wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
Where I was saying, like, you know, you all in before you hit 6. You will get it. I want you going in and failing. Like, trust me, dude. I fail a million times even now. And I failed a million times more at this level when I initially started, like, grinding. The difference between me and a lot of people that you'll meet in gaming is that my ego is really fucking huge, so I'm okay with making huge errors sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand, like, people are gonna flame you. You're gonna flash as Blitz. You're gonna miss, like, fucking 100 of those until you become really fucking good at them. But I can assure you that the risk-taking is going to pay off. And if people are, like, flaming you for taking risks, like I said, as long as they're smart risks, I don't want you just flashing in. Like I said, I don't want you flashing when there's, like, a Morgana under here. Think ahead, too. But I do want you saying to yourself, all right, these guys are fucking low. The mana's low. I have a Vayne that looks, you know, seems like he's competent, right? Based off what we've seen on the replay so far. Mm-hmm. You know, your read at the time was probably what? This guy seems like he knows what he's doing, sort of.
Yeah.
I haven't had... Me personally, I haven't had any evidence to support that this guy's like a shitter and that we shouldn't be trying to make fancy plays. And I would tell you, I would be like, yeah, if that guy's garbage, don't go for that. You can't, it's just not going to work. But here, sure, fucking flash grab, you know, guy seems like he'll follow up. Let's try it. Take the risk. Also, remember that these games are like ticking time bombs. Mm-hmm. The faster we can get ahead, the better. So as soon as the opportunity presents itself, let's get it. That's long story short there. Don't be afraid. The mind games. Do you have the stop key bound? I always ask people this.
It's S, yeah.
You should try to bind it on like one of your side buttons if you have a button free. And you can literally just walk up to like here and press stop at this point and just stand here.
All right.
Literally. Once they get this low, I want you like create the psychological warfare. You just sit right here in front of them and just let them just fucking sweat it. It's all and people don't put enough value on shit like that. I'm telling you. These guys will fucking you have the benefit of being at an elo where you can really just fuck with people's brains. And like just by your positioning and by your attitude, you can make them just want to quit. You just sit right here and, like I said, just watch them freak the fuck out. So this setup is good. Just know that if you're going for you have flash, and I know that. If you're going for this ward needs to be up. So it's going to run out soon. If this ward runs out, you can't set up like this.
Okay.
I honestly, it's risky to set up like this without any vision on river. This is a spot where it's probably going to work out anyways because I do think you guys are like dominating the spot lane. It's Zac support. It's like a garbage support. But in general, be very careful about doing this too often. It might work out in this demo, but I don't want you getting into a habit of setting up here without vision or knowledge of the jungler. Now, if you see the jungler top or floating around up here, by all means, but this is a spot that can get you killed. Say the jungler comes down through here right now and he just shows up randomly, you guys get fucking raped. Because like Zac can just jump in on your head, bait you in with the passive, he shows up, closes in, a teleport comes down. It can get ugly really quick.
I believe he did teleport. So exactly what you said happened, I believe.
Sorry, just waddled in. So that was a warding error. Either one of you two should have warded out. But I think I have to go. Let's see what time we started this session. Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to shut this down soon. Let's look up a little bit more. Good pull. Yeah, this dive is incredibly stupid from them. I don't know why you're scarring. This would make me want to vomit.
That he's level 3?
Yeah. Like what the fuck? How are you level 3? How is he 2 levels above? But either way, I want to point out that this turns out to be a win or whatever, and we know that. Yeah. But the opportunities down here, I think, were missed.
Yeah.
I think that you could have definitely that one flash grab was that was money, dude. That was absolute money. Don't be afraid to go for him. Don't be afraid to take risks with shit like that. On the support role in general, so far, I mean, your support game seems okay, but I'm not convinced yet. And I think, if you do another lesson with me or you start playing more games and you get into these habits, I'm not convinced yet that you are confident. And I mean, obviously you're not. You said it yourself. But to start the video, you were like, well, this is not a role I play, but you have to play all roles. I agree. If you're gonna play Blitz, or whatever champ you're gonna play, great. But I do want you seeing in the replay, like for the most part, you had pretty well controlled the lane. But I want you, if your lane partner is giving you that level 2 start, where you guys are gonna get level 2, and he seems confident, I want you taking advantage of it and like synergizing with that. If your partner in ADC is a passive grapefruit type of guy that's gonna chill in the turret, fine, set up on turret, pull guys into turret. You need to play off of. Because, like you said, it's not your comfort role. You're playing a champion like Blitzcrank. Your job as a Blitzcrank is to basically mirror this guy. You mirror him because he's gonna tell you how he wants to play the game. And the thing about bot lane is you kind of both have to commit to the same style. One of you can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and that's the nature of bot lane. It's super snowbally because of that. Some you get bot lanes that like one guy's super passive, one guy's super aggressive, they feed like a motherfucker. In this instance here, you get a win and you guys start off horribly, but you get a win somehow. Yeah. And that's cool. But at the end of the day, when you have a lane like this, I feel like you guys could have already had like 2 kills, probably, based off what I just saw. Basically, I felt like if I was in your shoes, I would have at least gotten a kill at that spot.
Okay.
But overall, man, it's fine. I think that, I unfortunately won't be able to watch this whole gameplay. I only really covered laning in this replay.
Yeah.
But, let me see your items, actually. Did you upgrade this to the 2nd tier?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Get the sight stone first.
Okay.
Remember, supports in the future, and I'm just trying to get a little bit more tidbits of info before I go. Supports always delay. You can upgrade this eventually. But instead opt for the sight stone and some boots normally. Is what you want. That's like staple. It doesn't matter what support you play. Whenever you get into the support role, think, unless I'm fed, and then you can get creative. So like, say you get like a first blood or double kill or something as a support for whatever reason, then you can mix it up and do your own thing. But in general, when you back, you want to be going for boots and like a ruby crystal, boots, sight stone, that type of stuff. Obviously, boots on Blitzcrank because the mobility is nice to get you in position for hooks. Sight stone early because once you have control of the lane, you don't want to lose it. That Yi gank that happened is going to happen again. And we, in an ideal world, it won't happen, but that's why we get the sight stone early, because we want to make sure that while we get lanes like this where it's just shitters. And we want to make sure that we get to punish these guys free of charge. So you got to get the sight stone earlier. Unless the only exception to that rule is like if you were playing like an Annie support or something and you were like ahead and you were just like, I'm going damage because I'm ahead.
Yeah.
And because I'm going to get more ahead. That's like the only exception to the rule. Traditionally, all utility supports that you'll see or play, so Blitzcrank, Morgana, Thresh, they're all going to go for that. So in the future, don't make the mistake of doing this item right away, because it doesn't really do that much for your team. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It does stuff for you, but it's going to wind up getting you caught a lot. You're not going to have as much move speed as you need to escape some stuff. There's just a lot of reasons. Boots early are good, and then the sight stone early is like super awesome for your ADC.
All right.
I'm going to have to shut this down. I hope this helps you. I do always, you have me on Skype now, I always want, like, when you play your games as Fizz and you're thinking about this stuff, after a couple games, hit me up on Skype. Like, let me know how it's going, if it's working out. Like I say to everybody that does coaching with me, I want to make sure that you feel like you got some value out of the stuff that I'm saying and stuff that I'm doing. And I want to see you climb off of these coaching sessions. All right, ma'am?
All right.
All right, YouTube, this was Nisi with Professor Vape going over Fizz, and then we did a little bit support stuff. If you guys like this coaching session, obviously just hit me up, Twitch, Twitter, what have you. If you like this video, subscribe, like, whatever. All that fucking social media shit. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'm out. Peace, crackers.